Alright, so Playboy Mansion story, yeah? Yeah, basically, I had 2 days notice that I could go to the Playboy Mansion on Saturday, which was yesterday. So I canceled my trip to London for the Face It tournament, and I think I had Eloise replace me instead, and then, yeah, they tell me show up at noon on Saturday at this hotel in Hollywood, W Hotel or whatever, where they were shuttling to the mansion. So basically, I drive like hour 15 minutes up to Hollywood, and it's like the fancy part. So have the valet park my car and meet up with a couple of my friends at Alpha Draft, and we head over to the mansion. It's like a 10-minute ride in the shuttle thing. You pull up, and it's like this fancy castle-looking thing, and it looks like some Disney castle thing in Disneyland. That's what it reminded me of. It's just like it looked very. It looks like somebody manufactured it to look like a fucking fairy tale house thing. Anyway, there's like a Hummer or something in the driveway. I don't know. But we shuttle in, parties in the backyard because that's where the pool is and the zoo and the grotto and everything. So, get out of the bus, start walking through. It's just like a huge green lawn. And you walk in and there's like this huge bar on the right, a pool, the grotto, the zoo, all this shit, the stage where they're playing music, and just infinite women everywhere. Apparently there's an app that crowdsourced them. There's a literal app now that crowdsources girls to fucking come to. Anyway, so there's some playmates there that are like taking pictures of people and all these little fucking red t-shirts on. And they are hotter than most of the girls there, but that's pretty much it. I mean, we got some food. It was there. We were there for a basically like a finals competition of the best daily fantasy players in the world. So they had this massive tent where they were playing. They were showing the baseball games. Because that's what the tournament was for. It was for baseball fantasy. And the top 40 performers or whatever were there with their +1s. And nobody told me what the dress code was. First of all, I thought, they said, hey, we're going to a party at the Playboy Mansion. I thought it meant, show up at like 10 p.m., start drinking. But no, we had to be there at noon. Nobody told me what the dress code was. So, I was wearing like a black button-up and like black pants and fucking Italian shoes and shit. Trying not to look homeless for once. And turns out, it was basically a pool party, so I felt a little like overdressed. But I mean, it was nice to walk around talking to some girls and stuff. A lot of actresses, a lot of models there. It's like all very. It's so fucking California, man. It's so much like posturing and I don't know, a little like fake, to be honest. Couldn't have really had like a good conversation with most of those girls. But yeah, I tried periscoping a bit of it, but it wasn't really much to show. But just ass everywhere, like. Everywhere. Like, every girl's wearing shit you can't legally wear in public, but whatever. It was good, started getting drinks. So starting at noon, I'm drinking Greyhounds for like the next fucking 10 hours. Anyway, yeah, it's a pool party, you meet some girls, like, it's fun, the whole fucking day is basically like mingling, talking to people, drinking, eating some food, did a bit of Periscope, talked to some friends. There wasn't really like a schedule or anything, so like, oh yeah, they had the zoo in the back where they had a bunch of like, it's like a couple small trails, and there's a bunch of like monkeys and different kinds of birds. There's peacocks just walking around the fucking lawn. Like, they just walk out of the zoo and just chill wherever. They're just like running around the main party area. And I actually took a picture of one when it was like showing off its fucking tail thing. These bastards. They're just running around everywhere, but only one time the entire day it fanned out, so I took a picture. They had a beer pong set up. They had like these little cornhole, I think is what the game's called. Where you throw the sandbags. Basically, I was meeting a lot of people that were really high up in the daily fantasy thing. Like, some of them were professional like baseball players that after their pro career they made like daily fantasy websites, and they're like multi-millionaires doing that shit. And there's a bunch of like those kinds of people there. There's a lot of the people involved in the daily fantasy business are just like fucking loaded because, well, it's a really profitable business. We'll see how long that continues with the government and stuff, but yeah, the point is, a lot of rich people there. And so just did like some networking stuff. One of the guys there was having a bachelor party after the Playboy Mansion, because the Playboy Mansion, we were only there between like noon and like 9 p.m. So the after party was at this place called Chateau. It's It's a douchey French word. Chateau Marmont or something like Marmont, I think is how it's spelled. Like, it's French, it's pretentious, it's expensive. Like, it's very fucking Hollywood. All right, anyway, yeah, so Chateau Marmont, this is like, it's across the street from this taco place. It's like fancy fucking hotel, really classic, vintage. It has these bungalows, which is a word I learned yesterday. Anyway, the guy with the bachelor party, he rented out this bungalow, which is basically like a really fancy, massive hotel room, and you can walk out the back, and there's like a pool outside and a bar outside, and a bunch of like tables and stuff. It's like your own, I don't know, it's like a huge area just for debauchery. So anyway, we head back to the hotel for a few minutes after the Playboy Mansion thing. I take a nap because I've been drinking since noon and like sun beating down. I'm fucking exhausted. I head off to the place afterwards, eat a shitload of tacos because we're hungry, want to like eat before drinking more. Go into this place, it's a bunch of fucking dudes, so we just like left right away to, you know, to get the tacos, and then we came back, and by then like there were like 40 women there. They all showed up eventually, and it's a lot of like models, actresses. A lot of the girls that showed up to the bachelor party were girls that weren't at the Playboy Mansion. They found out about it afterwards. It's just a lot of like pretentious fucking snobby, not all of them, but like a lot of fucking snobby girls that are just like, I don't know, it came across to me as very superficial, like gold diggery type. So you try to have a conversation with them, but you can't, like, I don't hate myself enough to see it through. But I did meet some cool girls, despite that. I met this one girl that was a actress and model, and she was like smart, easy to talk to, like she was really cool. Hot as fuck, obviously, and I don't know, I got her number, and I texted her today, but she didn't text back. I was like pretty forward, but that dream's dead. Not important. One of the girls there that my buddy had been, there was somebody that I knew there, like from the esports world basically, and we were hanging out for a lot of the day. Oh, it feels bad, man, me. Anyway, there's a guy I know like from the esports world that was there the entire day, and we were hanging out. He's like a friend of mine, you know, we see each other at all the like nerd conventions and stuff, and he's a cool guy to hang out with and talk to. Like, he's awesome. Anyway, he met this fucking batshit crazy Danish girl at the Playboy Mansion, and she's attractive. I mean, she's like an 8.5, right? This is like, looks like a girlfriend that you would brag about, basically, but literally fucking insane. Like, just starts screaming mid-sentence because she's bored. I don't know how experienced you guys are with European women, but there's basically like two categories. There's like the really smart, level-headed ones that know exactly what they want, and they're like very forward. And then there's batshit crazy European, which is like not what you want to be involved with in any way. A lot of girls fall in that category. Anyway, so she's that kind of girl, and for some reason, you know, like my buddy like was talking to her first, so I didn't want to hit on her or anything, because that's just like BM. You know, we're not like the best fucking friends in the world, but you know, this guy's, you know, we've been hanging out all day. He's a nice guy. I'm not gonna step in and take his woman when there's like a million other fucking girls there. But the entire time she's like giving me the fucking eye and like clearly being flirty, and I'm just like confused and shit. Cause she's hot, you know, like I'm drinking. It's like I wanna move in, but that's just rude of me. So anyway, that progresses, and you know, they're getting close. They're getting like all flirty and shit. Like and at this point I'm like exhausted. I'm drunk. I talked to a bunch of girls. Like, I'm like, whatever. I was social. I had fun. It was cool to go to the Playboy Mansion. I'm gonna go home. So I step out, I like say goodbyes to people. I'm like, all right, man, you know, I'm gonna get out of here. And my friend who was with the girl, they like try to stop me. They're like, no, you can't leave. You have to stay. And I just rolled my eyes, like, oh, fuck it, whatever. I'll stay for a little bit longer. Why not? So I stay and I talk to them. My friend and the Danish girl is crazy. She's still insane. Makes no sense with half the things she says. She like says things very passionately and loudly and concisely, but like the words don't English very good. You know? It's like I don't know, man. But yeah, anyway, she starts being really fucking flirty. He steps away for a bit. She gets really fucking flirty. And again, I'm not gonna fucking step in, even though she's pretty hot. It's just like BM. You know, I'm not gonna do that to a friend of mine. So I'm also confused at this point because she was being like very fucking, you know, they were like making out and shit like 2 minutes before this, and I'm just like, eventually after hanging out with them for like 5 more minutes, it kind of clicks in my head that this crazy bitch is trying to set up a threesome, and not the fun kind of threesome. So I know I have a lot of stories like this, but I'm really not like, I don't live that crazy of a life, right? It's not like, that's not something I was gonna jump into and try for the first fucking time right then and there. So I tell my buddy about it. I'm like, you realize what she's trying to do? And he just gives me this look like, you know, he just puts on this shit-eating grin and just like fucking stares at me and just doesn't say anything. Just locks eyes, just puts on a shit-eating grin and just holds it for like a good 20 fucking seconds. And I just burst out laughing because I don't even know like what the response is. Like, he's okay with it. He wants to fucking, I don't know, man. So then at this point, like, I'm drunk. I've been surrounded by attractive women all day. Like, the thought starts to creep in my mind, like, holy shit, what if I actually do this? So I hang out a bit more. It's pretty much confirmed that's what she wants at this point, and we go back out to the bungalow area where the pool is. Because one of her batshit crazy ideas is like, oh, let's go in the pool right now. And like, yeah, whatever, fuck it. At this point, I'm just like, screw it, man. Let's see where the night takes us. So I strip down to just boxers, jump in the pool, swim around. She fucking takes everything off, just has like this ridiculous fucking porn star level lingerie type of thing. And she looks fucking good. You know, we all swim around for a while and all this shit, and she's like being flirty in the pool and stuff with me, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around the idea of actually going through something like that. It's not a situation I expected to be in. And my friend's like giving me shit. He's trying to get me in on this, and the whole time I'm just like, look, man, I'm European, but I'm not like that European, you know? I play fucking Hearthstone for a living. It's only a 2-player game. That's it. That's a big fucking step to just take randomly, you know? And this girl is hot, but it's just like, I think back to like the last month I've had, and I've kind of resolved to stop having like meaningless sex lately. I don't know, once you do it enough, it just kind of gets like boring. So I was 50-50 on this, on going through with it. And I was just like thinking, oh, you know, there's like other girls I'm kind of talking to right now that I'm a lot more attracted to, that I would actually like date and not like just have this one awkward fucking Playboy Mansion threesome thing with, and it's just awkward, you know. And basically, I decide, no, you know what, fuck it, I'm not gonna go through with this, and they're all disappointed, obviously, and that's the thing, right? This would just be meaningless, even though she is attractive, because it's like, you can't date a girl that you run a train on. That's just not ladylike. You know, so yeah. So basically, ate some tacos, swam in the pool a bit. Somebody had like a vape pen thing. Got fucked up, went back to the hotel, passed out, and we grabbed an Uber ride on the way back with one of the girls from the party who like wasn't. I mean, she was cute, but she wasn't like, you know, she's like a little bit older and not for me. We're in this Uber, and I'm talking to the Uber driver. I'm just like, yeah, I'm talking to my friends about this situation because all of them would have fucking done it. And I look over to the Uber driver and I'm like, look, man, this is the situation. And I basically explained to him, and I was like, you know, would you go through with it? And he just like thinks about it for a second. He's like, yeah, because it's like, it's either that or nothing, you know. Worst case scenario, it's like, I don't know, it's a weird fucking night, man. That's what that was. So at the end of the day, it's like, that was too much for me, you know. I just wanted to say I'd been in the Playboy Mansion and like got drunk there. I wasn't like looking to actually do shit, and that was like aggressively European and out of nowhere. I wasn't having any of that shit. Jeff would have done it? Absolutely, Jeff would have done it. Jeff's probably done it before several times. I'm not Jeff, though. What would I have done if it was Jeff and not the other friend? Even if it was Jeff. It would probably be even more awkward if that was Jeff instead of my other friend. Because then the girl would have felt left out. Jeff and I just would have been going at it, you know, amongst ourselves. I think, like, given the option, I would rather, like, fuck over my friend and just, like, have been hitting on her the whole night and then just gone solo, you know what I mean? But that's just that, you know, I'm always, like, I'm gonna be friends with that guy for a long time. We're still gonna keep seeing each other. He's cool to hang out with. I'm not gonna, like, kill that over one Danish girl. It's not, like, worth it.
This is Playboy Mansion. Basically, Reynad here visited us and couldn't handle it. Reynad, you should be ashamed you did not experience what we tried to offer you. We knew we should have invited Jeff. He knows how to deal with European women.
Thank you for that, Playboy Mansion. I'll have you know that as an American citizen, I've liberated my share of European women in my time.
That's a lie. We have the footage from the mansion. All you did was sit alone and drink. We tried to help by offering you a threesome, but even that wasn't good enough for you. We also looked at the pool footage. Little Reynad grew, and didn't capitalize. The very existence of the Playboy Mansion is misogynistic, and I'm disappointed you supported that establishment by attending.
Absolutely right. I am rife with guilt. I really want one of my video editors to go back through my VODs and look at my deadly shot outcomes in the last, month.